about something really important during the break. Stuart was saying, what's your real view on Egypt? And I said, well, it's like a tree that's leaning over somebody's house, and they need to cut it, so they choose the time before the next big storm comes, and they go ahead and chop it down in a controlled burn, basically. But we know, Panetta says Mubarak will step down, then the announcement is he'll step down. The London Telegraph and others got the documents 3 weeks ago that they sent in El-Baradi and others and sources in the military. Their military obviously trained by the U.S. and said, get ready, we're doing this, because Mubarak is a globalist, but he didn't want to have World War III with Iran. And so now they're pulling this destabilization, but Glenn Beck's saying it's socialist Muslims doing it, and that it's all George Soros, and that's one arm. But no, it's the globalists that run our country that are triggering this order out of chaos destabilization. And I was saying that's why we need to point out we're restorationists. We want to follow the law, Bill of Rights, Constitution. The revolution is globalism and NAFTA and GATT and the North American Union through SPP and the new continental security perimeter that they've now officially put into place. We're the ones that want to stop the chaos, and the problem is the globalists know they're going to push us into chaos. They're going to try to steer it maybe for a right-wing coup. You don't know. But Stuart said, absolutely. Have you heard of Operation Clean Sweep? Tell folks about that.
Well, unfortunately, some people, they could be well-intended patriots, are calling for essentially a military coup. And that's as dangerous as any usurping president trying to be El Presidente for life. Military coup is going from the frying pan into the fire. You still wind up with the destruction of the Constitution, a destruction of the Republic. And the problem that they're doing is they're looking at Washington, D.C., and they're ignoring the states. The answer is in the states. The answer is we, the people, take care of things.
Peacefully, the states stand up and have the moral courage and start exposing them. Then the globalists will literally evaporate.
Well, if you give the people a false choice between submit to tyranny or turn to the generals to come in and do a military coup, that's been the bane of republics throughout history since ancient Rome. They've gone back and forth.
Look at third world countries. It's happening every month.
Absolutely. And so the founder's genius is that if we just simply follow the oath and the military stands down and then the people in the states stand up and take care of it, it's solved without having to resort to those two extremes.
Yeah, we want to go back to the Constitution, not to something new and even worse.
Well, or old and even worse. You know, Caesar crossing the Rubicon. This is the same kind of thing. You look to the generals to save you, and now you have a general in sunglasses doing his MacArthur imitation, running your life instead of a usurping president. Is it any better? No, it's the same thing.
Generally, it's worse.
Generally, it is. You want it with a Pinochet or a Franco, some bloody dictator. So we have to get back to the Constitution. A lot of these folks, I get messages all the time saying, well, you say you're not going to do something. What are you going to do? When's the military going to march on Washington, D.C.? And I say it's not their job. It's your job.
That's right. Well, I love these people that, these keyboard commandos that send me emails and say, you're not calling for violence, you're a wimp. A, we found out most of the time those are provocateur feds. But B, look in the mirror. I've done as much as I can. Look at what we've been able to do. What about you? Don't always look for somebody else who's already standing up to do it for you. You want the solution, look in the mirror. And look, here's a beta test example. I've been beating the drum for several years. Go to your city council, point out, read what's in sodium fluoride, the other ingredients, the bone cancer evidence, the admissions. Now they're starting to take it out all over the place. Suddenly it's collapsing. The government came out a month ago and said, okay, we do want to take it out of the water. We do want to stop using it as a pesticide. You have record numbers of folks not taking the flu vaccine because we had a revolution of just reading the insert. It's all about you making daily choices. There's not going to be some Arnold Schwarzenegger on a white horse riding in and sending Obama to the gulag and everything's fixed. Obama's a front man. This is a process of rediscovering the spirit of 1776, the Bill of Rights, the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence. That is our rightful property, and it's the rightful document that basically states what's already inherently there.
Exactly. And here's the other point I make to people all the time. I say, look, what institution is supposed to take care of domestic security? Not the standing army. It's the militia. Repel invasions, suppress insurrections, and execute the laws of the Union. So if anyone's going to go and correct things, it's going to be the people themselves as the militia.
Well, Kennesaw, Georgia had one of the highest crime rates in Georgia, a bedroom community of Atlanta, until in '89 they said everyone must own guns by law, just like Switzerland has, and it has the lowest crime rate in the country within 1 year. I mean, it's simple. You don't have a lot of home invasions in Texas because they don't break in like they do in New York here while you're there because they know they'll get killed. It's real simple. Guns are the answer.
Well, also, another way to look at this is this way. People always say, well, the militia is there as a final check on a tyrannical government. They're missing an important point. The militia is first supposed to be to fill that vacuum. So you're not relying on standing army troops and professional police. You're relying on you and your neighbors. Then that you no longer have a situation where you need outside help. You're independent, and that prevents them from having to pretend.
That's right.
In the first place.
We've had cities of hundreds of thousands of people up before 1900, even millions, where the only police were there to respond to court orders to go out, once people have been found to commit crime and pick them up and take them into the court, the constables, the sheriff's deputies and people. And now we've got cops. I saw an article today where a guy's little Jack Russell Terrier got out, killed a raccoon in the backyard in a fight. Raccoons are mean, and now they're charging him with animal cruelty. Any way to...
Millions of residents immediately rushed to buy bottled water at local stores, and within hours, all retail stores in Boston were out of bottled water.
Hour and a half after we opened, we were basically back to square one with no water.
They're like every place else.
And the water shelves aren't the only empty ones.
Obviously with no water, no dishwasher, the trickle-down effect is a significant effect on the paper plates and the paperware.
Even more shocking than how quickly retail stores ran out of water was how quickly Americans turned into animals fighting over water.
Don't bother going to the supermarket. It's crazy. It's like a big brawl. Don't go.
And they're fighting over it. Literally fighting over water.
I just had to fight my way through the aisles because it's crazy in there.
Everybody just started grabbing cases and cases. There's no more water in there.
Mother of God.
Most Americans aren't prepared for the currency crisis that is ahead and will likely wait until the very last minute to prepare. Unfortunately, by the time hyperinflation becomes apparent to all, it will be too late for Americans to purchase the goods that they will need to live and survive.
Most people want to win financially, but just don't know how. In the next few minutes, we'll show you how to win by introducing a concept that everyone needs. The bursting of the real estate market, with a stunning array of bank failures, lost jobs, dependency on oil, political chaos, and natural disasters around the world, have created a crisis that not one of us can do anything about to protect our families. Efoods Global is introducing a new currency that will change the way you think. Are you ready? Do you have what it takes to not only survive hard times, but also thrive in them? In times like these, the most valuable currency we have is food and food reserves. It is more precious than gold, oil, and cash. Food is our greatest dependency, because when you're hungry, nothing else matters. You know it, and I know it. Efoods Global is offering a unique plan to flourish in these times. You can't control earthquakes, floods, or the real estate meltdown, but if you have food, you have personal solutions to how these things affect you. More and more people desperately need food reserves. This massive increase in demand means enormous financial opportunity for those who recognize it and share it with others. Efoods Global is the gold standard of food reserves. Once you serve and enjoy one of our delicious, easy-to-fix meals and then save some for the future, you'll have caught our vision. Serve it, save it, share it. It couldn't be simpler. Having enough of the right kind of reserves is a crucial part of winning in any of life's challenges. Our economy thrives when reserves are high: oil, gold, food, and savings. Your lifestyle thrives when your reserves are high. Our premium food line is the financial plan for you, your family, friends, and neighbors to create peace of mind and independence. Many will be able to earn their food that have no other means to feed themselves. Others will be able to create part-time, full-time, and big-time income with Efoods Global. This is the right time, and you are in the right place. Click the Win button now and reserve your founding position along with a person who showed you this video, and stake your claim on your own financial future. We are already attracting thousands, many of whom are coming from our current customer base. Would you like them to be a part of your team? Efoods Global is now accepting member applications for this once-in-a-lifetime chance to change your life forever. We have a successful business model, high-powered leadership, and something that everyone must have. Register right here, right now, and order your 6 free meals so you can truly discover what the currency of the future and your freedom taste like. Efoods Global, saving families one meal at a time.